Hey guys, Wednesday video here, a little bit of a tech follow-up. I am working on the video that incorporates this big computer and some of the parts that you see inside of it, such as that EK FLT360 reservoir and the mutilated 560 because somebody doesn't know how to buy the right adapters and mutilated it and then traded it to me. Not naming names. The ice decker down in the bottom, and a desk full of junk. I actually cleaned up a little bit yesterday, but yeah, I've been putting this together. I haven't been putting it together. I did put it together. That's why it's together. Love words. But this is my temporary rig while I'm waiting for the parts to finish this computer. I'm going to run a couple of the hardline tubings that I can run today, and then we'll be doing it later. As you can see, I got a Thermaltake PETG tube kit back there, 16 millimeter outer diameter tube kits, and I'm going to get those started this evening, at least for return from radiator to reservoir. It's got Sysprep in it and Utopia in it right now with distilled water, just to make sure it doesn't get any mold or anything. And I'm running the pump every day for a little while until it gets all the parts here. I'm going to black all that out with paint before I finish the build. But let's talk about this real quick. This is a stupid build. Absolutely stupid. Nobody should go out and do this. However, it winds up being a partially effective build. This is an old Gigabyte B75 motherboard, and we've talked about B75, Z75, 77, all that stuff. It's basically a basic minor overclockable board. However, it doesn't allow for base clock overclocking. It only allows for ratio overclocking, and the voltage is locked, so it doesn't really give you a whole bunch of room to maneuver. And it's paired right now with a i5 2500K. Since I can't overclock it, it can only run to 3.4 gigahertz. Under turbo boost, it'll run to 3.3 or 3.6 or something like that. So I have it cooled with just a LiPo 120 mil in push pull because this case has plenty of room. I got this case for free from a buddy. This is the Corsair Cube something or other. 16 gigs of RAM, one exhaust fan up there because it uses dual 92 millimeter rear fans. I think those are 90 millimeter. And a RTX 2080 Ti. That's the biggest doesn't make sense in this build thing. It should be something like a 980 that's paired with it, but I'm just wanting to run my 2080 Ti because even though it's a slower processor, it still pushes enough information to allow that to at least give me some decent frames in higher display settings. Excuse me. I was trying to use my brain and it didn't want to work. It doesn't cooperate sometimes. Ask me how I know. I was going to run one of these ROG Rampage 2 Gene motherboards with a Xeon processor, but unfortunately the architecture is just a little bit too old, and that computer, or who needs English? Just mumble your way through life. That RTX 2080 Ti will not work with a Gen 2 PCIe slot. That is a Gen 3 on that motherboard, which is just fast enough to work. It also does not allow my main 1TB SSD to work on the X58 system because it's an older SATA controller, and this one is new enough so that it works. And again, this is just to hold me over until this system gets built, and when this system is built, that will just become a spare system just kind of sitting on the side, because the only part I'm taking out of it is going to be my SSD and my hard drive that's on the other side, and that graphics card. I'll put in probably the 980, or I'm probably going to give this 980 to my buddy Daniel as a small upgrade from his R9 380, which this will destroy in basic gaming, because I'm looking for a reasonably priced card for him. But as we all know right now, reasonably priced cards don't exist. This thing's not too loud. Fire it up here. I can't put the side panel on it for obvious reasons, but that's okay. I never run my side panels anyways. But yeah, boots right up. SSD gives it good boot time, and it runs fine. It returns a 449 Cinebench score, which again is not terrific, but it is good enough for casual gaming. I can even run Cyberpunk 2077, but it's crippling this graphics card because Cyberpunk 2077 with ray tracing on, DLSS on, and 1440p is under 40 FPS, which it shouldn't be doing that. It should be probably closer to 70 FPS. And that's a overclocking monitor. It's a 3 millisecond refresh time, so it's not the fastest. It's not really a gaming monitor. It's more of a production monitor, and it does have a 75 hertz refresh rate that I can overclock to 100 megahertz. 100 hertz, not 100 megahertz. Sorry. And again, that's my old build. I want that one back. Ah, well, I'll build something else like that. I'm thinking about adding a screen like that down here in the lower compartment, but I'm not 100% sure yet. And again, I'm making a video about the build on this one. Oh yeah, don't accidentally jam in. Oh, that's the wrong one. One of my other SSDs, I jammed into a slot wrong, and I bent all the pins on it. Oh yeah, here it is. Sitting under a bottle of water, like all the meds I take every day. But yeah, so I screwed that up. I may be able to get it to work, but with the plastic piece gone, there's no guarantee those pins will stay in alignment. So that's a 800 gigabyte drive just wasted. Ha, who cares? Anyways, that's about it. I'm out of here. Just wanted to make a quick Wednesday one with some tech, talking about upgrades and what I'm doing with everything and where we're going from there. So if you have any comments, questions, concerns, likes, dislikes, if you want to know which way the gingerbread man's house is, just leave that down below. And as always, I'll talk to you later.